We've all been there. You see an attractive woman and you want to make a move without getting shot down. Well, what if we told you the secret on how to approach women is by talking to a married woman? Wait, what? We know it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, but watch this video and we promise it'll make it easier for you to approach women with confidence. Doc Love interviewed thousands of women, and he found that many of them experienced enough awkward approaches from men that he devoted a lot of energy to coaching guys on how to properly approach women. So in this video, we're going to hear from a caller on Doc's award-winning radio show who wants to know how to approach ladies at the gym. But this will work for most any setting. But before we jump into the video, can you do us a favor? Hit the like button so we can continue to reach great people like you who want real dating advice. And if you want to be the first person to know when we post more dating advice videos, hit the subscribe button and bell notification. Okay, let's get to it. Learn from our caller, Scott, as he gets expert coaching from Doc on how to approach women. And after this, we'll give you a bonus. 3 of Doc's top tips on approaching women.
What are some funny ways to break the ice with strangers in the gym setting?
What you have to do is work off the environment. Is there a girl there you like? Give me the scenario.
There's one that I'm really like, but there's like a few that also have potential too. I mean, I find myself in a situation when there's always good-looking girls at the gym. I think it's a better way to meet them than, say, a club. So
yeah, since you're going to be at the gym all the time, the ones you're not interested in, get friendly with the ones that you are not interested in and make them laugh. That's the idea. And then slowly you're going to try to bring them into the conversation. That's what you're going to do. Is there one girl there you specifically like?
Sure.
Okay. Have you talked to her at all? It's just been eye contact or what?
No, this is a new situation.
Oh, okay, go up and say hi. I've seen you around here. What's your name? She says, my name's Gloria. Gloria, my name is Scott. Nice to meet you. You say, you from the area? She says, yeah, I live down the road about 4 miles. Well, try to engage her in some type of conversation, but practice on the ones that are married. The older gals that are married, be buddy, and when they see you, they're going to sit up saying how congenial you are and what a nice personality you are. So you don't want to just see this girl and hit up on her, and then she walks, and then you got to see her 3 times a week for 5 years after she turned you down. You don't want that to happen. So look at a place where I'm going to go over the long haul with this.
We promised you Doc's top 3 tips on how to approach women. That's coming up in just a second. But first, did you know that guys that have read the System/Dating Dictionary have a solid approach, not because of some silly line, but because the material that Doc has changes you on the inside and makes you interesting to women you meet. So you may want to check out the links in the description down below. You'll have access to some of the groundbreaking material like the System/Dating Dictionary that real guys like you have used and now have great ladies thanks to it. And if you watch the video to the very end, we'll throw in a special offer and other freebies. But first, here are Doc's top 3 tips on how to approach women, taken directly from his free 7-day dating course at doclove.com/course. Wouldn't it be great if there was an LED sign on every woman's forehead? If it lights up red, you have no chance. Yellow is proceed with caution, and green means she's really into you, is a good lady, and is hoping you'll come over. I think maybe a Hollywood writer could go with the premise above. Might make for a great fantasy movie. Since we deal in reality here are Doc's top 3 tips on approaching women that you can use in real life. Tip number 1, don't be a creep and leave the lines for bad Hollywood B movies. It's funny we were just talking about movies above because in the bad ones, and sometimes the good ones, there are lousy lines that sometimes work because, well, they're written to work. On the streets, unless you're handsome Harry and can get away with a cheesy line, then forget about it. And even the most handsome of men can't sustain a constant stream of lousy conversation, so they need to limit bad lines to the silver screen as well. Here's the deal. Women help you when they like you, and of course, they have to be available. If you're going to build anything with her and she's a good person, then it's not going to be some lame approach because, as you know, as you go on in a relationship with her, you'll actually have to talk to her like a real person. So why not start the real talk at the beginning? Notice something in the environment, i.e. you're both in a long line that isn't moving. You could say, I think the next ice age will be here before we get our tomatoes weighed. Or you could just say hi, if she's available. If she's a good person, and if she likes you physically, then she'll respond positively. If she doesn't, then you wasted, 30 seconds or less of your life? Remember, just talk to her as you would any person and see if you get a response. And if you don't, then it's on to the next. Tip number 2, understand your environment. Pop quiz. Where will you have a better chance of meeting her? A wedding where your sister is the bride and she introduces you to her friend that showed up for the reception? Or at a loud nightclub where your potential Ms. Right has tipped back her third Jack and Coke in the last half hour? I'm not saying it's impossible to meet women in a loud bar or that you'll have 100% success at a wedding, but the more low-key the environment, the more chance you have to just talk and get to know her. At a nightclub, you're probably the 15th guy to approach her that night, and women naturally have their guard up. While at a wedding, everyone is generally in a good mood, and it's more normal to talk in a non-threatening way. Plus, you'll have the commonality of knowing someone associated with the wedding, as opposed to maybe going in completely cold at a nightclub. I can't possibly cover every scenario where you might meet someone, but keep in mind that the more things you have in common from the get-go and the more low-key it is, the better off you are, like a wedding, house party, seminar, etc. Also, I can't emphasize enough that just approaching her when she's alone on the street in public, like going to her car in the parking lot, walking down the block, etc., is a big no. Talk about attacking a woman's comfort level. There are so many crazy stories out there that women are on their guard, understandably. If you approach her and she's feeling fear, then you won't be getting the number, and you might even be having a conversation with a law enforcement official before long. So forget about the street approach. Tip number 3, don't be scared. What's the worst that can happen? You get a little embarrassed with a no from her. I'm here to tell you that you have to put your ego aside because it's your biggest enemy. I teach more methods of how to stamp down the useless noise your ego puts in your brain in my dating relationship education course called the System/Dating Dictionary. But for now, it's enough for you to know that the worst that can happen is you feel a momentary rush of humiliation when you get rejected, because no one likes to be rejected. However, getting rejected means you're trying, and trying is the only way you're going to find Ms. Right. Plus, how do you know she's going to turn you down? You might be pleasantly surprised because that imaginary LED light might very well have been green all along. The point is, in the right environment, give it a shot. You have nothing to lose. Keep this in mind as well if you're going back and forth as to whether or not to approach her. If someone gave you $1 million to walk over to her and say something about the cantaloupe she's looking at in the grocery store, could you do it? For a cool $1 million, of course you could. You wouldn't even care what happened because you knew that your reward outweighed the risk. I'm here to tell you that if you could do it for $1 million, you could do it for free because that momentary feeling you get when rejected is worth risking to possibly meet Ms. Right. Improving from the inside out gives you your best chance of having your approach with women work. It's about having the right tools and knowledge. Fortunately, Doc can provide you with both. Because we want to help more people like you, we've got a nice discount for you on the System/Dating Dictionary. This book has changed thousands of lives around the world, and we know it can do the same for you. You can get immediate downloads of both the written and audio version of the System/Dating Dictionary in the links down below within the description. And because you took the time to watch this whole video, we've taken 10% off the total price as a way to say thank you for watching the video. But look, if you're not ready to invest in yourself quite yet, we have some other free goodies that Doc Love has down in the description below. So do you think the advice Doc gave about how to approach women is spot on? Do you agree or disagree? Did this video help you? Let us know by leaving a comment down below. We want to hear what you think. Your comments will help inspire us to create more videos for you, so chime in. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like and share it. Until next time.